All right, you can open your eyes. Surprise anniversary!
Huh?
I meant to say surprise, and then I thought, happy anniversary. I panicked.
Whose anniversary is it?
It's our anniversary. 1 month on Source.
Already?
Yeah, I mean, give or take a few days.
It went by fast.
Yeah, remember the time we almost died crashing on this planet?
And the time we almost died in an earthquake?
And the time we almost died fighting that critter?
I hope this is only the beginning, and that I'll have many more chances to almost die with you.
Aren't you a charmer? So, are you gonna open your present? Well, our present.
Sure. Uh-huh. But what is it?
Fermented apple dews. I stuck them in the soaker tub to accelerate the process. I'm calling it Applebrew.
Do you think that it's any good?
Well, worst case scenario, we just wasted some apple dews. No big deal.
Should we open it now?
We can open it whenever you want.
To us.
To us. Hey, that's really good, actually.
That's really strong, too. Do you remember the first time you talked about leaving the apiary?
Of course. I'd had a shouting match with my mom. I was just angry.
No, before that.
Before?
We had landed the nest on a hilltop, we were stargazing, and you said, "Come on, let's go." I haven't stopped thinking about it since that day. I think that's what pushed me to dig into the Astro Company archives, which led me to find the coordinates of Source. I wanted to be ready for the day.
Wait, when was that?
I don't remember. Right at the beginning, you and your mom got in a fight. You hopped into the nest at night, and you picked me up at my house.
Was that when we went to the uplands?
Yes, the uplands, that's it.
Oh, dude, I remember. It was in Frocember. It was super cold out. I was freezing. I just wanted to get back into the nest. That's why I said, let's go. And since you didn't respond, I thought you wanted to stay outside. So I didn't push it. I actually caught a beast of a cold that night.
Wait, so that means if I hadn't misunderstood that night...
It wouldn't have changed a thing.
Well, still, that means we would have never known about Source. We would have never come all the way here.
I'm not buying your story.
Huh?
Why were we stargazing that night? You spent the entire night pointing out this and that constellation to me, wondering if there might be other inhabitable planets outside of the apiary. Other forms of life? You were completely obsessed with the sky. I was even trying to open up about my issues, but you barely listened. And off you went again, chattering about the comets, the microorganisms, or whatever. So, keeping in mind that you had access to this data about Source, and the fact that you are K, do you really think you would have never stumbled upon this planet anyway?
You might be right. Was I really that annoying?
Yes. I came to see you that night because I needed someone. I had nowhere else to go. But at the time, I regretted it. I was actually thinking it would be the last time we saw one another. But you insisted. And the following week, you came to see me in the evening with your little homemade cookies. We chatted all night, and I do believe that is when I fell in love.
Which means that beforehand...
We had known each other for like 3 weeks, Kay. Do you really think that I fell head over heels the first time I saw you?
I know I fell head over heels the first time I saw you.
Oh, okay. You just like my looks then.
No, that's not what I meant.
You mean you don't like the way I look?
I have a feeling there's no right answer.
Then don't answer.
That's a whole lot better than Kinovision, isn't it?
You're right, but I still find it a little uneventful.
That's harsh. When the sun just disappeared beyond the horizon, that was quite a twist. Do you think the sun will rise tomorrow? Or is the world going to descend in darkness? A real cliffhanger.
Pass me the bottle instead of talking blute.
I think it's empty.
Ugh, blute. I still can't believe we made it.
Well, it wasn't a big bottle or anything.
I meant we made it here, on Source.
Yeah, the odds weren't in our favor.
You mean you would have bet against yourself?
Considering the general condition of the ship, the meshing of the patrols, and the distance we had to go, definitely.
So why did you agree to follow me here?
It was our only option, wasn't it? I mean, in order to be together.
Yes.
There you go.
Is your chair comfortable?
Why?
Mine is a bit big, just for myself.
Come sit.
Do you regret it?
What?
Following me?
Why would I regret that? Just look at this sky. Look at us. What is there to regret?
I don't know. The people? Don't you miss that? Seeing people?
Sometimes. No one in particular. But what I'm missing are the conversations, more so than the people. The kind I can't have with you.
Such as?
Sorry, this may sound moronic, but work conversations, for example. The exchange of ideas between researchers on topics that maybe 50 of us understand in the entire apiary. Conversations about you, too.
About me?
Well, yeah. Who am I supposed to make jealous by bragging about how great you are when it's just me and you?
You can always tell me. I won't get offended.
No, I can't. I'm too afraid that you will realize I don't deserve you.
Do you really think that?
I don't know. A little bit?
I find that comforting. Because I'm thinking that too, all the time.
That I don't deserve you?
No, idiot. That I don't deserve you.
Would you look at us? Not deserving one another.
You know what? I think the world doesn't deserve us.
There's an uprising in the apiary. The factories on down are at a standstill. Beauty is complete havoc. The revolutionary forces have stood heavy losses, but everything could still change. The remaining able-bodied survivors have taken up arms and gather on top to launch the last offensive. Your many years working in a revolutionary cell have turned you into a natural leader. The crowd behind you is awaiting instructions.
I march on the council.
Some of the revolutionaries in your group have taken issue with your decision. They wanted to put an end to the matchmaker's dictatorship, but they cannot imagine a society without the council.
Borons!
They're wanting to split up. They head for the matchmaker.
Let them do it. We don't need these cowardly cowards.
The raging mass quickly splits into two groups. Most of the revolutionaries are still behind you, but you can feel that their confidence has been shaken. You finally arrive in front of the council's palace. But as you start ramming into the doors, they open on their own. unleashing an army of Hornet drones who were hiding inside.
Blute!
The Hornets charge. They neutralize your first line within a few seconds. Some of them are moving swiftly towards your flanks. They're trying to surround you.
We press on! Press on!
You shout your order, but it's too late. You are too disorganized, but especially you are too few. The line of Hornets manages to cordon you off. You are trapped, stuck in place. Through one of the Hornets' audio chat, you can hear that the other group has had the same fate. You feel the end coming. The revolution has been stifled. Suddenly, right under your feet, a trapdoor opens. You see Kay signaling for you to come down.
Hey, pretty boy.
No time to chat. You go down the ladder. The underground tunnels lead you to a secret spatioport where the nest is awaiting you, ready to take off in case things take a turn. And take a turn they do. Kay takes your hand to lead you in.
I kiss him.
After being routed by the Hornets, the touch of his lips feels very comforting. Kay lays his hands below your hips and brings you toward him.
I take his t-shirt off.
He allows you, then helps take yours off. Your breasts are pressed against his burning chest. Kay puts his hand behind your neck, and a shiver goes through your body. You can no longer hear the commotion outside. Your spirit is captured by the taste of his saliva, the smell of his sweat.
I let him have his way.
Kay's lips slide along your cheek. His hand slides along your spine. You can feel his penis rubbing on your stomach. And as Kay sinks his teeth into your neck.
Okay, stop. Stop talking. Show me. What are you thinking about?
Why'd you ask?
Dunno. You seemed sullen. Was it not good?
Yeah, of course it was good. You were in the front row. You should know.
So? What's up? You seem lost in your thoughts.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about the apiary.
Of course.
No, that's not what I meant. I was just thinking, there has to be others, right? Others like us, who love one another, trying to escape the matchmaker?
I'm sure. So?
Well, I was wondering, shouldn't we, help them? Send them a message? Tell them about Source?
And how would we do that?
I don't know. I'm hypothesizing.
I'm just saying that would be the quickest way to attract more attention from the apiary. Being a fugitive is one thing, but blute stirring is another.
I agree, but if there were more of us, we could be better organized, resist better.
Oh, please. I'm telling you, we would just get stabbed in the back.
What have people done to you for you to have so little trust in them?
Nothing. But who was there to help us?
We had the nest. We had the coordinates for Source. Not everyone is so lucky.
I know the feeling. But there comes a time when you have to think about number one. I'd love for the world to be rid of the matchmaker too. For everyone in the apiary to be free to live with or love whoever they want. But if I could press a button that would solve all of the apiary's problems in one go, and pressing it would even run the risk of losing what you and I have together, I can guarantee you that not only would I not press it, but I would rip out the wiring.
It just doesn't seem fair.
You think it's unfair that we got lucky and others haven't? Then enjoy your luck. Don't squander it. It's the least we can do for them. They would do the same if they were you. And they would certainly not press that gluten button.
You may be right.
I hope I'm right. Because if I'm not, that makes me a gluten monster.
The cutest of monsters, though.
Ready to go again?
Only one way to find out.
Only one? You must think I am unimaginative.
Do you remember why we climbed up here?
Because we're allowed to do absolutely anything we want.
Okay, but wouldn't we be a lot better down there, in the grass? This really isn't very comfortable.
I like it here. You can feel the nest purring underneath.
You must be the only person in the world who prefers the sound of an engine to silence.
On Source? You bet. Think about it. We would probably get arrested on top just for doing this. You know, what's it called? Indecent exposure.
Sit down. You're scaring me.
Dude, we've been 10 times higher than this with the boots.
Yeah, but right now, you don't have the boots. And I never said it was rational.
Anyway, we'd get arrested on top just for being together. I have no idea how anyone can live like that with all of those restrictions. Don't love each other. Don't walk around naked. Don't drive over 800 lum an hour.
You're confusing things. You can't just project every law.
Wanna bet?
One needs laws as a foundation for a society, if only to protect the weak against the stronger.
As if that's what laws are for.
That's what they should be for.
I'm just saying, there should only be one law. Don't be a boron.
Define boron.
Define.
Ugh.
No, but seriously, everyone knows deep down what is or isn't good.
Is that your conclusion after observing the apiary?
All right, sure. But in the apiary, people aren't free to do what they want. And that's why it makes them frustrated, angry, self-centered. But if everyone in the world were as free as we are, as happy as we are, don't you think the world would be a better place?
I think my back hurts. Don't you want to go back on the grass?
Ugh, you have a real issue with freedom. Did you think about the fact that this might be our last night, and that we just spent it getting hopped up on Applebrew?
Why would it be our last night?
I don't know. You can never know. Tomorrow, another batch of hornets might show up and...
We'll kick their butts.
Yes, maybe. But at the same time, maybe not. Seriously though, don't you think about it?
Yeah. Often.
And?
And what?
Well, what do you say? I mean, what would you do if you knew that this was our last night on Source? Let's say our last day. I'll give you that.
Do you want me to show you what I would do?
Okay, I know. That's also the first thing that crossed my mind. But we can't do that for 24 hours straight. We need to take breaks. So, besides that, what would you do? That's a real question.
Do I have time to think about it?
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
I think that I would plant some flowers.
What? Okay, I was not expecting that.
Sorry, it's stupid.
Oh, no, I don't find that stupid or anything. I just don't really understand why.
I don't know. I guess I would want to leave a mark. Something pretty. I think a flower bed is much nicer than an old rusty ship.
Yeah, but it doesn't last as long.
Depends. If no one covers them with concrete, or if the climate doesn't suddenly change, the flowers should keep on thriving. They're forever.
Good point.
What would you like to do?
Oh, no. I was thinking about a thing, but it'll sound lame by comparison.
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah. You're always coming up with poetic stuff. Mine's just dumb.
Just say it.
I would go tickle Oink. Tell him goodbye, I guess.
Ah, no way. I want to do that too. Who cares about the flowers? I pick Oink too. Poor Oink.
Note that we could do both.
Whew.
You know what else we would have time for? A creamberry fondue.
Of course.
Of course, as in, of course I would say that, or of course we will have creamberry fondue.
Both. But we don't have to wait until our last day on Source to do all this, you know.
No. Lucky us. But not tonight. Too tired.
Do you want to go lay down?
No thanks. I'm good right here.